I can feel you being the assistant coach, and like, because you want, you've got this, and it's something as a head coach, I struggle with, because I have this vision of what I want the program to be.
Mhm.
Like, do my assistant coach share that vision, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm willing to bet, and it's nothing against them. My assistant coaches are great, but some of them are coaches. They're all coaches. Some of them are dads.
Mhm.
Some of them are just volunteers. Some of them,
Mhm.
I hired. But like, they probably have a vision of what they want, and
Mhm.
where does it like overlap, right? And so, we talk about that all the time. We spend a lot of time. What page are we on? We all got to be on the same
Mhm.
page, and like, we've got email chains. I go to my phone. I bet you there's a couple. We talk a lot. We've
Yeah.
got group chats, and so we know where everybody's at. But one of the things that we talked through, and coaches at Lehigh, I forget what his name is, Coach Cassis. He has a piece out there, like it's on YouTube. It talks about standards and expectations, right?
Mhm.
So a standard is if you walked in this door dressed in your lacrosse uniform, right? Your standard is this is how you're going to wear it, right?
Mhm.
Your white socks, gray undershirt is the standard, right?
Mhm.
No effort to meet the standard, none whatsoever, right? 15 minutes early, if you're doing film, you'll have a notebook. That's a standard, right? An
Yeah.
expectation then is something like that's where you weed kids out, right? With the expectation that this is a righty shot or this is a lefty shot.
Mhm.
Or maybe we don't bull dodge. I don't know. Maybe we don't bull dodge. Like those are, so defining those of what you expect out of those, and then having a clear communication with everybody. You know, we meet for 2 hours, right? But, well, we list practices for 2 hours, right? But our first 20 minutes is probably film or a team meeting of some sort. And like, we don't want to paralysis through analysis with film. I mean, they've been in school all day. They don't need another hour worth of film. But if we can break up film, we're playing so-and-so, or this is practice from yesterday.
Right.
If we can show them little bits here and there, but like that half hour when we meet as a team and we can go through the standards or the expectations of a drill of an offense that we're going to do. If we can go through all of that stuff, so when the kids go out there in the field, so we're out there for an hour and a half, no water breaks, not that Coach Barry's hard, but we got a couple managers, right? They sit in the press box and talk about stuff. And like, you can fill some water up and we don't have to stop as our practice. We kind of keep going through. But what we see is that because we take the time to meet, we're clear with what we want accountability-wise, and then when we execute it in an hour-and-a-half game plan, there's not a lot of standing around, right? I think what grinds my gears now is like, I took out water breaks, but now we're losing time because we're doing ball walks, right? So to get the culture that you want, it's not one big step. You just can't meet as a coaching staff and meet with the seniors and meet with the captains, tomorrow. And like, here's what we're gonna do. It's you've got to take several gradient steps to get you where you want to be, and and it's just this long process of, it may take 6 months for us to get to here. It may take us. You said 5 years, so you have like feeder kids coming in. It may take you that long to get there, but as long as you're taking a step every day, whether it's using film or whatever, every day to get a little bit better and get closer to that vision, living up that mission statement, completing your vision, and remaining true to the identity of the team, take those little steps to get there, and eventually you're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, holy cow, we're here, or the season will come to an end and you'll be like, man, we did it. It could be whatever your goal is, right? Whether it's whatever, right? We did it, right? And it's not, but when you think about the year and you think about what you've done, it's not because of it could be because of one play, but it's not because of what they did on the field. It's probably all the stuff you did off the field, right? As a head coach, I probably spend 75, 80% of my time working off the field and 20 to 25% in practice, on the sidelines, like, because there's a lot, there's a lot of things out there that like practice planning, reviewing film, talking with administration, talking with other administrations, talking with parents. Like, there's a lot that like you lose in a day working on all that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I just try to take every day, take those small little steps, and one day you'll find yourself there. And I think the other thing too about those gradient steps is you got to give something. You know, having all this stuff is great, but you got to give something the boys something to compete for, to fight for. And you look at schools. You can go to a lot of great schools in Indianapolis for whatever sport, whatever academic thing you want to be. Right. Some schools are known for football, Kali, right? Some schools are known for basketball, soccer, and lacrosse, right? And they're known for that. So parents are going to send their kids to that, right? And I think when parents do that's fine. I think that, you know, those schools are adding on to the legacy, so you know their statistics. One of the things we tell our boys is that we're writing our own story. We're writing our legacy. Every time we play a game, we're defining another chapter in our book, right? And I tell the boys, we're on like chapter 5. We can't get caught up on somebody's chapter 20 of where they're at. We're exactly where we need to be at in our story right now, every day. And but if you give them that, right, this is your story. You're creating, you know, Roncalli lacrosse boys and girls. You're the cornerstone of that piece. And in the big picture, you're going to be a part of the story for the long term. You know, there's a lot of schools where they're looking to add on to another championship, right? Or maybe they want to be a repeat winner, or maybe they want to win their second one, whatever it is, right? But like giving them the perspective that like this is your own and you're writing this. Stuff about accountability and kids, you know, man, coach is such a jerk. Like once they understand that like it's them, that stuff kind of falls away. And like I said it earlier, like you're gonna get that core group of kids that believes it, and you always have those fringe players that are just, they're there because mom and dad or coach from another sport says they gotta be there, you know, so I don't know. I talk a lot, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, if anything, I'm pulling a lot away from it. But